Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the future of AI, and we're seeing it through the eyes of someone who knows a thing or two, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt. He's laid out a roadmap for the next decade, and let me tell you, it's a lot more dramatic than you might think.
And you see that question on the screen? Schmidt's take is that this isn't science fiction anymore. Nope, this is a reality that's just around the corner. He's convinced we're right on the verge of creating a kind of digital superintelligence that's going to completely reshape our world.
All right, so let's start with the good stuff, the promise. What exactly is this coming revolution? And maybe more importantly, how soon are we talking? According to Schmidt, this is all happening incredibly fast. I mean, he thinks AI is going to start improving itself as early as next year, with specialized genius-level AIs popping up within 5 years. As for full-blown superintelligence, well, here's what he said. Within 10 years. The AI's ability to generate its own scaffolding is imminent. I am pretty much sure that will be a 2025 thing. And that word he used, scaffolding, what he means is the AI will literally be able to build its own foundational code. That just speeds up its own development, like exponentially.
So that's what he's getting at with this idea of a personal polymath. It's like having Einstein in your pocket to help with your physics homework, or Da Vinci to brainstorm creative projects, plus a world-class doctor for any health question you have. All of it right there, instantly.
Okay, but this incredible future, it has a huge physical bottleneck. And it's probably not what you're thinking. It's not the computer chips we hear about all the time. Nope. It's something way more fundamental.
Schmidt points to the one single thing holding back AI's growth. Here it is in his own words. The natural limit is electricity. Not chips, but electricity. Yep, electricity. See, AI is basically a learning machine, right? And all of that learning, it takes a colossal amount of power. And how much are we talking about? Well, the US alone needs 92 gigawatts of new power just to fuel this thing. To give you some perspective, 1 gigawatt is about what one large nuclear power plant puts out. So yeah, we need the equivalent of about 92 new nuclear plants just for AI. And this chart, wow, it really puts the scale of the challenge into focus. The US has built only 2 new nuclear plants in the last 30 years. 2! And now all of a sudden we need around 92 more. This massive energy gap, it's kicking off a whole new kind of global competition. Right, so this massive need for both energy and computing power has basically lit a fire under this high-stakes race between nations. And the two main players? The United States and China. And what's really interesting here is the different advantages each side has. The US, we have a solid lead in designing the most advanced computer chips. But China, they have a huge advantage in something we just talked about, a massive surplus of electricity. And on top of that, they're catching up on the tech side at a frankly shocking pace. In fact, Schmidt himself admits he totally underestimated how fast China was moving. This really hit home after their new AI model, DeepSeek, came out and was basically on par with the top US models. Here's what he had to say about it. A year ago, I said they were 2 years behind. I was clearly wrong. That's a pretty big admission. It just goes to show that even if you restrict chip sales, it might slow them down, but it's not going to stop them. So to keep this whole race from boiling over into an actual conflict, Schmidt suggests something for the digital age that sounds a lot like old-school nuclear deterrence. The basic idea is, if both sides know that any AI-powered cyber attack would immediately trigger an equally devastating AI-powered counterattack, well, neither side would be crazy enough to make the first move. It's a kind of digital standoff. All right, so this all brings the conversation right back home to us. With this kind of super intelligent AI on the horizon, what in the world does it mean for our jobs and maybe even our sense of purpose? Well, the general thinking, what they call the San Francisco consensus, is that yes, some jobs are going to get automated. Think entry-level coding, things like that. But, and this is a big but, this isn't a story about mass unemployment. The idea is that it'll actually create a huge demand for new, higher-level skills. The end result? More jobs and higher pay overall. And despite all this massive disruption, Schmidt is actually pretty optimistic about where we fit into all of this. He thinks our fundamental, deep-seated need for purpose will guarantee that we adapt. As he puts it, human agency must be protected. Human purpose will remain because humans need purpose. So his advice is pretty simple. Start adopting now. He makes a great point. Most of us don't repair our own cars anymore, right? We just found other things to do.
He thinks it'll be the same way with AI. We'll just find new, more complex, and honestly, probably more interesting things to give us that sense of purpose. And this is maybe the most crucial point of all. The real danger isn't some Terminator scenario with a robot uprising. No. He calls it drift. It's the slow, quiet erosion of our own values and autonomy, where our choices are subtly managed for us by super persuasive AI until we kind of forget how to think and act for ourselves. So, Schmidt really leaves us with this final thought. This incredibly powerful tool, this super genius in your pocket, it's a gift. The real question is, what do we do with it? The choice of how we use it, whether it's to tackle humanity's biggest challenges like disease and poverty, well, that choice is entirely up to us.